safe to let the children outside. The legislature's out of session. Let's talk about what they did this week. I'm Todd Book, and this is On the Books. Happy Masters Week, everyone. In the House, several MBR bills were passed and are now on their way to the Senate. As was expected, the MBR bills dealing with the taxes were put off until much later in the year. Another bill that's receiving a lot of attention is Senate Bill 310. That bill deals with energy renewable standards and has been in a work in progress for several weeks now. We were able to meet up with Senator Bill Seitz, one of the sponsors of a similar bill, Senate Bill 58, to discuss with us the particulars of Senate Bill 310 and what it will do.
Since it's been 6 years since the legislature passed renewable energy and energy efficiency mandates as part of Senate Bill 221, this session the legislature has decided to revisit that law and see if it's working as planned. And this is part of a larger national debate that is being held across the country. For example, the state of Indiana decided just last week to repeal their energy efficiency mandate, and just last week, the Kansas Senate voted to repeal their renewable power mandate. So we are not proposing to go that far in the latest bill, 310, but we are proposing to freeze it where we are, take a pause, take a good hard look at this, and determine what's in the best interest of ratepayers going forward.
In news closer to home, the OSBA Board of Governors recently took a position in support of House Bill 300. That bill updates Ohio's ethnic intimidation law to include sexual orientation, disability, and gender identity. I was recently able to speak with Abby Botnick of the Ohio Defamation League, who had this to say about the bill.
Ohio absolutely needs to update our law. This is really a best practices. It would bring us in line with the federal law, the Matthew Shepard, James Byrd Jr. Hate Crime Prevention Act. This would bring us into line with the majority of the country, and what it would do would send a message to the LGBT community as well as the disabled community that they are protected, that the police officers will have the power and ability to ensure their safety in the community.
This week, members of the OSBA Government Relations team traveled to Washington, D.C. for ABA Days. We were there to put forward the issues and concerns of Ohio's practicing attorneys. We hope to update you next week on how our travels went. Until then, that's the word on the square. This is Todd Book with On the Books.